And what would a trip to Alaska be without the Northern Lights? This bridge you're looking at is rumored to be built by Sam McGee over the Ashiac River. It's on the way to his cabin in Canyon Creek, Whitehorse. And this is a picture of Sam McGee himself at his cabin in Whitehorse in the Yukon. And while we were in Canyon Creek in the Yukon, I took pictures of this, which is rumored and told to me by locals to be his original Roadhouse. As you can see, it's in quite a state of disrepair, but still an interesting piece of Yukon history. And next, my sister Patty's going to tell you the story of Sam McGee's Roadhouse. She lived in the area for 29 years.
All right, well, I bought Canyon Creek 28 years ago and owned it for all that time, and me and the kids would come out regularly. Sam McGee and Gilbert Skelly built a roadhouse here at the turn of the 1900s when the gold rush traffic was starting to move away from Dawson to Ruby and Bullion Creeks. They built that wooden bridge that goes clear across the Ashiac River, and here it is 125 years later. The wooden bridge is still standing. The U.S. Army did a little repairs on it in the 40s when they had their U.S. Army base camp here at Canyon Creek, but they decided that Sam McGee's structural engineering of the wooden bridge was superior to the designs that they had, so they scrapped their designs and started building wooden bridges like this one. This was one of the original Alaska Highway wooden bridges, and then they replaced it about 10 years later with the steel suspension bridge. It's a beautiful site in the middle of the Yukon.
Now,
welcome to Canyon Creek.
You said something about that this structure was Sam McGee and what's his name?
Sam McGee and Gilbert Skelly had a roadhouse here. And you could come and get a meal and have a bed and then carry on.
What year?
That would be 1904 when they built the wooden bridge. So they probably had the roadhouse for a year or two before that.
Well, thank you so much for giving me that information.
Pleasure.
And after we spent some time looking at the remains of the cabins, we wandered up this road. This is on the way to a ancient spiritual Indian burial ground. And my sister will be coming into the picture shortly here. This is just some pictures of some of the structures that are on the property, just up in behind Canyon Creek. Lots of interesting carvings. Gifts are brought up all the time. It's just rather a very spiritual place to have a look at. If you're enjoying this, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps us make more content like this. Thank you for your time today. There's a little more coming, so stick around.
Now, these are spirit houses built by the First Nations people to keep the spirits of their loved ones who've passed on, to keep them happy so they don't come down and haunt the village. Oftentimes they come up and leave gifts. These are all carefully tended. Some of the houses have beautiful carvings, and there are a lot of spirit houses here. Some of them have the dates on who has passed and the year of their birth and death, and some of them are just lovingly tended over the years. And this is kind of sacred ground up on the hill looking down on the Ashiac River and across the highway from one of their villages. It's a beautiful place. It's a spiritual place.